Hello, hello, hello. It is day 4 of our Action Takers, the Publishing Action Guide. I hope you guys are really learning a lot. Please let me know. I would love to hear more and to help you with the journey and answer any questions that you may have. So, today is day 4, as I mentioned, and today is about assembling the team. I don't care who you are, even Kylie Jenner, as much as people proclaim to be a self-made millionaire. I'm sorry, there's a team behind even people who have seemingly done it all by themselves. We never do it alone. What about people who produce things and people who do some of our marketing and influencers? And so publishing your book is the exact same thing. You are going to need a team from any given point in my own book production schedule. I have managed to have as many as 7 people working with me, working for me that I pay. I even consider my own mother to be part of the team because when things are looking dismal, she is a coach who gets paid in dinners and lots of trips to Red Lobster. If you know, you know. Just remember that everyone has a role to play, but people are not mind readers. They do not know how to support you unless you tell them. First, I'll just say that team members also, while they are live human bodies and people, teammates don't have to be warm bodies. They can be ChatGPT or Claude, which are some of the most popular AI at this moment in time. But they also can be other types of AI, such as Gemini through Google or Copilot at your Microsoft, if you use Microsoft. So even Google, in Google Docs, can help you do some thinking, brainstorming. I always ask ChatGPT if I'm thinking about something to weigh the pros and cons of the thing that you're thinking about doing. I even asked ChatGPT, what are some of the most healthier things to eat at Chipotle, as crazy as that sounds. And because I have gotten sick once, I don't know where it was from, but I was in the hospital last year due to a couple of different things, but one of them was a bacterial infection. And I said, I'm never going back there. And then I was like, but maybe there's something healthy I can eat. You know what ChatGPT told me? It told me to avoid lettuce. And it told me to go at a time when there's a high turnover and they put fresh food. So what is that time? Actually, like mid-morning to lunchtime. And so I was just fascinated. Like you can ask it, my example of you can ask these AI things anything. Are they always right? Or do they always get it correct? No, but they still give you something to think about. So make AI a part of your team with just questions. If that's all you want to use it for, then just see what it says. You are going to make up your own mind about what to do and which way to go, but there's no harm in getting as much feedback as you can. So, who's on your team? Okay, here's just a couple of people: your editor, freelance, or your editor at a publishing house. Your agent is part of your team. Cover designers, publicists. Yes, people still have publicists to go out there and do things, but now they may take the form of influencers, book reviewers, beta readers, and launch team members. So you have a book team, people that will pump up your book and make sure you get up to 50 reviews out of the gate as soon as you launch. And also beta readers will do that. Launch team publishing support services provider. These are people like me. I am a book coach, but I also help people publish their books. My students have published all kinds of books, from self-help to I have worked with a woman. We are on her fourth book, and it is a collection of her poetry group's poetry. So there's about 40, 50 of them in a group, and they meet every month to do poetry and to perform poetry. And so they have done 4 books now. The fourth book is coming soon. We're almost done. We've done 4 books on her poetry, and she does not care anything about marketing. It is a book for them. It's a book for their group to say, I'm in a book. This is so exciting. They don't even care if it goes anywhere. So they should, but they don't because that wasn't their goal, was not to market it, but to have it as a way to say, look, now we not only meet and have a poetry group and we write poetry and give feedback and have events, but we also have a book to show that they can sell at any of their upcoming events. So you need to start identifying the teammates right now. Who are they going to be? What are they going to help you with? And then one really important part of this is you need to think about what are you missing in your own skill set? What are the list of things like I don't like cover design? I mean, I love cover design, don't get me wrong. I love looking at covers and I like creating them on Canva for my own nonfiction books only. I will probably never do my own fiction book cover, but with nonfiction, you can get away with a little bit something that you can do yourself because it can be very type heavy, text heavy, and then it could have a little picture of something. It's not that advanced. And I have taken a couple design courses for design, Canva courses, and I also have a goal to learn InDesign. So that's fine. If you've been doing that, great. But if you are not comfortable doing that, you're going to have to work with cover designers and then formatters. I learned Vellum. I'm self-taught in Vellum. I had one fellow author who I just spent an evening with at a local bookstore after our little writing group left. She stayed and taught me some basics of Vellum, and that was fun. And now I use Vellum all the time to format my books. But I'm actually doing a book on entertaining that will be releasing soon in October, actually, fingers crossed. But I would never format such a book that has recipes, pictures, and lots of other things that need to look just right, need to be high resolution. I have actually hired a designer on Reedsy for that. So another part of my team, the Reedsy designer, Reedsy is very expensive, I will say, but I found someone who wasn't as quite expensive as the first few quotes that were coming in. I'm going to be honest and tell you those first few quotes were about $5,000 and up. And I was like, this can't be. I already have all of the pictures. They do not need to source much of anything. I can also use stock photography, pick what I want on Shutterstock, which is what I use, and then also, other things like that, and also have pictures from events that I've done. So the book is a book on entertainment. So you need to start identifying those teammates very soon, like today. Just write them down. Write down what they would help you with. Write down their name. Ask your AI, what should I have in my team? And I like to do this, this, and this. And then what else do I need the team to do? And it will tell you the other things that you need. So for me, I'm still outsourcing two major things: editing and cover design for the fiction and some nonfiction too. But also these relationships, by the way, are with you for a time. You do not need to know these people intimately. You can. And you can ask for referrals if the person is not able to work on what you need to work on, especially for editors. They have a schedule. They know usually months in advance who they're going to be working with because they've already scheduled those. And sometimes they won't have time for your book in the midst of what they already have scheduled. Now, I have waited for someone. Someone told me that they couldn't do it in, I think it was October, November. I wanted to start editing a book. They said they wouldn't be able to get to it until January. I don't release books usually in November and December because of Thanksgiving and Christmas, unless I have a Christmas romance. But if I don't have something that relates to what everybody is consuming, yes, people buy books generally, and I can just promote those books at those times. But the market is usually just too busy for me to be releasing a book, and I feel like people aren't looking that way. So I was like, sure, I'll release the book in the spring, and then we'll work together. I can wait for you and work with you in January because I really wanted that particular editor to work on the piece. So sometimes you might have to move the schedule around to accommodate your teammates, but it can be totally worth it if you know what you're doing and you are kind of working on a timeline and a production system that works for you. So start identifying those teammates. That's your action for day 4. Identify the teammates. What are they going to do? And then you can use AI to help you craft the ask. dear so and so, I have a book that I need edited. It's about this, this, and this. You want to give them a synopsis, the word count, ChatGPT. Claude will tell you all the things that you need to ask. What genre is it? What subgenres are there? All of the editors need to know this so they can see if it's a good fit for them, something that they want to read. All right. And then also, when someone says no, this is just a little tip. I can't work with you right now. I have a lot of going on, or I'm on hiatus and taking a break, or I'm on vacation, or I close the particular shop or the other thing. And also, Fiverr is another place to get some teammates to outsource some things for you. I actually, working on a children's book on Fiverr, hired someone to write a short curriculum of activities for the author of the children's book to do at school visits. So the Fiverr is part of the gig economy, people that are doing all kinds of gigs, and you hire them. Honestly, I think I paid for her to come up with 3 lesson plans for about $25, and it was awesome. So now the person who doesn't know what to do with the kids has their first children's book. This person would probably know what to do because they are a retired school teacher, but just create something on Fiverr, the lesson plans that she can give to the teacher. And I'm also doing my own children's book. That's why I'm using myself, and the person's name is Miss Freddie. Hi, Miss Freddie, if you're watching, who did her children's book. I worked on her children's book with her, and vetted the illustrator that we also got on Fiverr, and really just arranged and organized things for her to finally realize her children's book, a 20-year plus in the making process to for her. Only took us about 2 years from start to finish to get everything into approved illustrators drafts and notes, and make the story fit with the illustrations. Anyway, I digress to say that I hired someone to write a curriculum and to do some activity kits for this children's book author. And I'll also be using her again for my own because I really liked what she did. I liked what she came up with. But she's part of the team of that particular team for that particular time. And then, I haven't seen her again until it's time to do my own project. I'll be reaching out and seeing if she's available. My tip that I digressed from is that never take a no as the final stop on your journey. The no is not right now. You go back and you counter offer. You need to act like Shark's Tank, Shark Tank. You counter offer and say, thank you so much. So sorry we can't work together. Do you think in a few months? I'd be willing to wait a few months. That's the first thing. I'd be willing to wait a few months. Would you be able to do it then? And then they also say no. And if the answer, you still say, if the answer is still no, you don't have time even in a few months, would you be willing to make a warm referral, introduce me to someone that you believe can work with me? And I'm on this journey as a newbie, or you could say that, if you're not a newbie, you'd say it's been a long time since I've been in the writing game. Do you have any advice or any resources? So you are leaving with something, like Denzel Washington says, I'm leaving here with something. You are leaving with something, and you have not let the no close the door. Okay, stick your foot in the door, keep it ajar, and just if you really don't want anything else or you don't have any more questions, by the way, you should always have questions. You can ask AI for questions. Help me form some questions that I can follow up with someone who's said that they don't have time to work with me. What can I still ask them that might be beneficial to me? So you can still form some questions. Always have a question, even if it's one, have one, and and put it in the email when you respond. Don't wait to say, do you mind if I ask you a questions? Then wait for more response. No, I told you I don't have time. Go ahead and put the questions in the same email, because sometimes when I see questions from authors and people that are aspiring writers, my brain is like, you want to answer that. So go ahead and answer it. Just go ahead, do it, Tracy. You want to answer. I am just generous person. I always want to help people, even if I can't work with them. I still want to help them and lead them and push them in the right direction. So if they've taken the time to ask, I will use dictation to type a faster response sometimes, and then clean it up, of course, and edit it and then just send it. But I try not to leave people hanging. People I believe want to help you even when they're busy. And so asking questions, it might be a week later before you get it, but you still got it, and it still wasn't an outright not no, an outright no, don't talk to me and don't email me ever again. So get those questions in, let people know that you're appreciative of their time for even considering, and remember to say thank you. All right, so we will assemble the team. Your day 4 actions are to come up with the questions first, okay? Then reach out to the person, tell them what you're thinking about, give them information to make a sound decision, not just, hey, do you edit contemporary romance? Well, yeah, but how long is it? I need to know how long this is going to take me. You need to ask about cost. For editors, you really need to ask for a sample edit. That might be 1 or 3 chapters. Usually one is good to see if they, if you like what feedback they've given you and it's not too involved, won't take them too much time, just to see where your writing is at, and how much editing they'll have to do, how much work your writing needs. Alrighty, so just think about the teammates, write their names down, or write, I need a freelancer, or I need Fiverr. Upwork, I think, and Odesk are also other places to find freelancers to do different things. And actually, I recently found someone for my birthday party that I'm planning on Thumbtack. So you never know what platforms, who are doing what. There's so much information out there. And my job, or I'm trying, is to help simplify it just a little bit so you know where you're going, you can plan, and you can get moving by taking one action, one day. Make one phone call, send one email, and move forward every single day. See you for day 5. And just to note, there'll probably be just a couple more videos past day 5, but we'll see. I love content. I love giving information, so I hope you are enjoying. Take care and see you then.